if we see someone who doesn't work every day, the first thing that comes into our mind is probably going to be this, that this person is a lazy person. And frankly, that is how we'll probably conclude, simply because of our responsive thoughts through our lens of how this world actually works. But before we think about that, it's also good to take a step back and to think, how can this person not work every single day? Now, my name is Patrick Chan, and the reason why I thought of this is because this happens to me. I'm also human, right? I also have my own judging thoughts and so on. So when I go to, say, cafes where I work, right, like Starbucks and so on, there will be some people who will always be there and they don't seem to work. They don't have their laptops there. They just drink coffee every time I am there. Apparently, they don't have to work. So the first thought that I may have is that, hey, this person must be, quite lazy or something like that, right? But then again, I think to myself, hey, I shouldn't be thinking that way, because I don't understand what is actually happening at that moment of time. Now, what do I mean by that, right? Because this person who doesn't work, maybe he is so successful that he doesn't even need to work anymore. Maybe he generates income from real estates and he has like many rental properties. Maybe he builds network marketing business and he has a huge group that generates passive income for him. Or maybe he has built a startup and he just sold off the startup and make millions. Or maybe he could have an online business that generates incomes for him passively, where he just works very little every single day, right? So in today's time, the most interesting part is that the key message that I want to deliver in this video, I hope that you can get it, is that there's abundance of opportunity that's happening right now, especially with the internet. So instead of thinking that, hey, I don't have enough opportunity, I think that the bigger question is that, are you willing to so-called hustle to get it done? I mean, there are so many opportunities that you can even start for free if you're tight on budget, and later on you can explore and build it from there. I mean, there are people who make money from Airbnb, right? They start with probably their own property before they actually start renting other people's property and so forth. There are those who generate income with driving in Uber to generate income first, and then they go ahead and reinvest that to start to build their business. I mean, there's so many opportunities that's available. And the other thing that I think is important for us to think is that I think in today's time, what we usually think of, the first thing is judging thoughts, like, this person is good, this person is bad, this person is successful, this person is not successful. I think we want to remove that, simply because we truly do not know what is actually happening in that person's world. That person may look successful, but at the personal level, that person may be suffering, sad, and in depression, right? That person may look like unsuccessful because he doesn't look rich, but he could be the wealthiest person that you have met, because he's contented, he is happy, and he has enough money to spend. He may not need to buy a jet, and that's not relevant in his scenario in his life. The other thing that I think that we could do is that we can always learn on how other people think, right? Instead of we thinking what they are thinking, why not we try to understand the type of mentality that they have? Like going back to the example where I see someone who seems to be lazy, who doesn't work, maybe his mindset is that, you know what, I've made enough. What makes me happy is this, like do nothing in that sense. Not nothing is nothing. Even though you're doing nothing is something, if you understand what I mean in that context. But the thing is that right now, why would I want to work more if I'm happy at my current financial income and what I'm currently doing? So there are always things for us to learn from others, right? With that said, this is Patrick here, signing off.